This $180 phone made by Samsung in 2025 has a, get this, 6.7-inch AMOLED screen, dual SIM functionality, 5000 milliamp hour battery, triple cameras, which are actually pretty good by the way, and an option for 5G. Oh, and on special, you can get it for even cheaper. I'll leave a link in the description down below if I can find any. But here's the thing, if it sounds too good to be true, maybe it is. You know, our slogan here is, we spend the money sometimes wasting it, so you don't have to. And that's what we did with the Samsung A16. Samsung did not send it to us, so I can say just what the hell I want. And I'm gonna say some things about this device. Here's what you get with the A16. A pretty nice sized phone with a 6.7-inch 90Hz screen. Gives you very good colors. The phone is very nice, it's very crazy price. It's not perfect though, specifically when it comes to the brightness. It maxes out at around 800 nits, but only when the auto brightness setting is on. If you like to manually set the slider, the A16 is going to max out at 400 nits, half of the max brightness. I'm guessing they do this to protect the display, but either way, you're going to be struggling in sunlight. For the price of the phone though, I'm completely okay with that. What you're getting is a screen that is more than enough. It's got fantastic colors, it's snappy to work with, it's got a higher refresh rate than some of your other cheaper phones like the A06 I just reviewed. You're not gonna have any issues. Social media is going to be fine, video is going to be fine, watching YouTube is going to be great, calling is going to be fantastic, have 2 SIMs inside of it, well, it's a no-brainer. A big part of where they did cut the cost on this though is on the build quality. It's completely plastic. No aluminium frame or glass, nothing. But I think we have to be quite honest, most of our phones live in plastic cases 24/7 anyways, so what doesn't really matter? The design of this A16 though, I kind of like it. The green is... I like the green. Do you like the green? There's other colors as well. You can choose whatever fits your personality best. I don't know, I'm a black phone type of guy, but this green. Is it just me? I think design-wise, you got almost everything you'll need. Fingerprint sensor built into the unlock button. SIM card tray that lets you run either 2 SIM cards or a SIM card and an SD card for extra storage. You also get a 25-watt fast charging USB Type-C port right there next to the thing that I think is the most disappointing part of this phone. A single mono speaker. They've also removed the auxiliary jack, which was in the A06. Now I know most of us use Bluetooth devices, so we don't really need auxiliary ports anymore, but I'm kind of like in the mindset, a person that would buy this version of a phone might actually still be using an auxiliary port. Yes, the power users of phones, the people who flex on everybody around them with how much money they have, they might be buying a phone that just doesn't need an auxiliary port. For the rest of us, we play music in the car with an auxiliary port. Back to the plastic. Don't get me wrong, the plastic doesn't mean flimsy. I mean, this thing is really sturdy. No creaks or cracks, and I'm actually trying to bend this thing. So don't try and turn this into like some next level flip phone, because obviously you will be able to break it, but it's not actually flimsy. The fact that it's lighter and doesn't have a glass back means dropping it also isn't as scary. I know of many times where I would basically sacrifice myself because it would be cheaper to heal an arm that breaks than a phone that breaks. iPhones. One thing I would be careful of though is water. This is a IP54 rated device, so rain and light splashes is fine, but this is not gonna go underneath water and record videos or do anything in there. Please do not. I repeat, warning, WeDoTech warning, don't put it in water. It's gonna die. But things that will make it, the battery. 5000 milliamp hour battery in here. Should give you at least 11 hours on a busy day and probably up to 2 days if you don't actually use it that often. Like I mentioned earlier, it charges quickly too, with up to 25 watts of fast charging. The only catch, you have to buy the charging brick separately. And don't buy the wrong charging brick, just get the right charging brick. I'll leave some descriptions down below as well, seeing as you're gonna be buying a new one anyways, because for some reason these companies said we should all have USB Type-C charging bricks at home. We don't. I don't have enough charging bricks at home. I don't know about you. I think something we should talk about next is the cameras. But before we do that, software. The software right out of the box is Android 14. I also know that Samsung promised to give at least 6 major updates to this phone in the coming few years, all the way up to 2030. So it's kind of future-proofed as well. Okay, back to the camera. So this is probably where you start to notice the budget side of this phone. While you do get 3 cameras here, a 50 megapixel main camera, a 5 megapixel ultra wide camera, and a 2 megapixel macro lens, 2 megapixels really isn't a lot, you'll want to stick to the 50 megapixel main camera unit for most of your stuff. Well, it does save the 50 megapixel shots over to a 12 megapixel if you're ever interested in that and you notice and you're confused. You can also switch it back to the 50 megapixel option, but it's not worth it. It just becomes way too over sharpened and it looks funky, so stick to the 12 megapixels. The ultra wide though, it just lacks love. It's just very flat and it doesn't show all of the detail. The macro lens, the 2 megapixel, get nice and up close to a bug. It does the job, but it's nothing special. I wouldn't recommend. Stick to the 50 megapixel main sensor, that's the gold. The video is also more of the same. You're limited to a little bit of a shaky 1080p 30 frames per second. The cameras are nothing to write home about, but they're also not really bad. They're really decent. One thing I do like about the A16 though is the amount of versions they released. That's where it's nice. Starting at the bottom of the line, you get this one, the A16 4G. It's got either 4, 6 or 8 gigabytes of RAM, giving you options if you want a little bit more speed, which, spoiler, you'll need some speed. Don't get this one. Just get some more RAM. All of them come with the option of either 128 gigabytes or 256 gigabytes of storage. Then you also get another model, a 5G model, which will come with either 4, 6 or 8 gigabytes of RAM and either 128 gigabytes or 256 gigabytes of storage. The one I honestly recommend, and the one I probably also should have gotten, is the 4G model with 8 gigabytes of RAM and 250 gigabytes of storage. I think it's the sweet spot in the range. The 4 gigabytes of RAM I have here just makes the phone feel a little bit sluggish. It's not there yet, but I know if I'm going to use it for quite a while, it will become a little bit sluggish. When flagships cost $1,200, this makes sense. It's a fraction of the price and does basically everything that those do, just a little bit worse. I think a good way to describe why Samsung has sold so many of these is that it's good enough for most people at a price that is affordable enough by most people. It's called value for money. Thank you, Samsung. Catch up, iPhone. Anyways, I promised a comparison between the previous gen, the A15 versus the A16. There is a notable difference between the two, especially zooming in on their size and their performance. The A16 has a thinner body and a bigger screen. It's also got a little bit of a better processor. Please let me know in the comments down below if you have any questions on the A16 or the A15. I reply all of our comments always. And if you want another product reviewed, please head over to our Discord channel where all of our subscribers hang out and they ask questions. We answer them on a daily and we do some specific reviews for what you guys ask for. So if you want to do that, our Discord link is in the description down below and I'll see you in the next video. Please remember to like and subscribe. This was Stefan. Out.